So we had two sales last week, and you heard me right, $19,000, just shy of $20,000, actually a little over $19,000. We made in these two sales. We love telling you guys about what these sales are. We love breaking down what the numbers are, what we paid for these items, what they sold for, what the eBay fees were, and how much we paid for shipping, because that's the important part. You want to know the bottom line is profit, baby, profit. So what did we make on profit? And we want to share that with you through this episode.
And by the time this goes live, it might be 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, but it was last week or in 1 week that we sold these two items, which was super exciting. And we do want to break down the numbers because to us, profit means like it's super important to talk about because not enough people do talk about it, I believe, in their items, because we're not in this business to sell something for $100, and only make $20 on it. Like that's not to us, that's not worth the time. And you hear all these things, these businesses, doing all this money in revenue, and it's like, but what are the profit margins? Because that is the important part. What are you taking home? Like that's what's important. So that's what we want to always break down: what we're buying, what we're selling, what it sells for, what the fees are, the shipping costs, and all that. So that's what we're going to do today.
Woohoo! So number one, the first item that sold, which we talked a little bit about this, so we're not going to go in too much in depth with this, but after we talked about this, another sale came in, added up for the total of the week. That was what we were excited about. But the first one was that actual range that we sold, the 36-inch range that we sold. We paid $350 for it. Sold it for, it was really $4,100. It sold for $3,500, but we had an extra $600 in there for shipping. So really $4,100 is what it sold for, including shipping. And then all the breakdowns. Are we breaking it all down now?
Well, I'll break it down real quick, just because
we didn't know last time.
Last time we didn't have the shipping costs involved, so we paid $350 for it. Sold it for $4,100 if you include the shipping, which was, we added $600 for shipping. eBay fees were $361, and our shipping label ended up being, cost label ended up being $382. So last week I had said it was $600 just because that's what we had quoted for $600. So it was $382. So brings our total to $3,007 in profit for that. So
just over $3,000 in profit on that one. Killer deal. Like Melissa said, we actually have the actual number, so we are updating you on that. And then right after that, the second one sold. And if you can't guess by now, we were talking about $19,000, $20,000 in sales. This was only a $4,000 sale, so you're right. The next sale was $15,000 is what we sold. And it was a commercial steam oven is what we sold. I'm not sure if we ever talked about this on the podcast. I don't remember.
No, we haven't.
Okay, so this was an oven. We were
sold right after our last podcast.
We were up in a mastermind that we take the kids to a couple times a year. We actually fly. It's up in Boise, Idaho. We found this steam oven at a thrift store, which is kind of crazy how the whole thing worked out. We found it at a thrift store. We bought it for $1,000. We have close friends that are up in Boise that let us stay with them when we come up for this mastermind. I talked him into letting me pallet it up, get it ready to go for shipping, just in case it sold after we left. Well, it actually sold, but it sold just in time for our next mastermind that we had, which was like a month and a half after, or 2 months.
It was so close. Usually they're not that close. It was like less than 2 months after, and then we went back up there. But before you go in, you skipped over the part where you said we got it for $1,000, but you were in the thrift store, and that's not what it was. It wasn't $1,000 tag price.
No, it actually was $1,700
tag price.
And it didn't have a tag price on it, but that's what they were hoping to get, was $1,700. And then I asked the manager or whatever. He said, well, we can go to $1,500. And I said, what about $1,000? Could you go to $1,000? And he goes, absolutely, we'll sell for $1,000 if you'll buy it and pick it up tomorrow, which we didn't have a trailer with us. My buddy had a trailer, so we actually picked it up the next day. I paid for it then, came back the next morning, we picked it up. I got pictures of it, and the best part about this thing was it was already on a pallet. So I had to do minimal.
It was brand new. It just had a little dent, so we think it was just damaged in shipping like at some point, and it was cosmetic. It was a dent on the side that you wouldn't even see. So and that happens a lot actually. Some of the appliances that we get, they're a little bit dented, but it's usually just cosmetic. It doesn't affect the thing at all. So
and I pulled off the side and I put it on the ground and I banged it a little bit and got the little dent out that was there. I still noted it inside of the description that there could be dents, scratches, stuff like that. But it still had like all the new plastic on the outside. You can tell it's never been installed. Had the install kit, all the copper pipes and everything that you needed to install was all there with it. It was just never installed, so it was brand spanking new. So I talked him down to $1,000. We bought it. We picked it up. We got it listed before I left Boise, and like I said, less than 2 months later, it actually sold, which came out perfect timing because we were just up there for the last couple days at another mastermind. It worked out perfect. Payment cleared on it. We actually sold it, payment cleared, and just in time for me to actually create the label and ship it out from up there. So while I was up there, we rented a truck for our transportation while we were up there, put it in the back of that truck, and we actually delivered it to the freight carrier. So we sold it for $15,000, paid $1,000 for it. This one's kind of unique. So this is what we preach also about cross-posting. You got to make sure that your items are in other places. So this one sold outside of eBay, and we're very excited because we still had to pay shipping, but we didn't have to pay the eBay fees on this one. So it actually sold for $15,000. We paid $1,000 after everything was said and done. What was the numbers on this? The shipping?
It was $15,000, and we paid $1,000. Shipping costs were $614, which brings our total profit to $13,386. So
over $13,000.
And we didn't have to fly back to Boise to ship it out.
No, we didn't.
We were already going there. We had already had the dates for several weeks to go there. It just, the timing happened to, like, it sold a week and a half prior, and we were waiting. It was actually a check that we got from a business check from them because it was going to a restaurant.
Yeah.
And so we got that check, and we had to wait 5 business days anyway for it to clear. So it was kind of perfect that by the time it cleared, we were up there. We were up there and ready to ship it out. And so, yeah.
But I did have it set up with my buddy who's up there. He did this for us last year. We were up there. We bought something else, sold it.
Oh, yeah, the cooktop.
It was.
Oh, what did we get for that?
Same
Probably
thing.
$2,000.
I think we paid like $100 for it and sold it for $2,200, something like that. But
That's
it was a killer deal.
Typical, yeah.
So I had already arranged with him, but it worked out perfect that I didn't have to ask him to do it. I actually did it myself when we were up there. So it was all palleted, ready to go. I did build a box. Oh, shoot. Knock off another $40 because I forgot to add that into it. I did build a box around it. We actually went and got 2x4s from the local Lowe's and a box of screws. It was like $38 for all the materials I used to build a 2x4 box around it. I wanted to do that before I shipped it out just to make sure if something did happen. This is a very, very expensive sale. If something did happen in shipping, I wanted to make sure that it was protected the right way. And so we did do that.
So it was good that you were up there.
Absolutely. Worked out well. I could have asked my buddy to do it as well and paid him to do it. But at the same time, I'm glad that I was up there and I was able to do it. And yeah, so that was an extra.
Already on the pallet.
It was on the pallet. It was strapped to the pallet. We put blankets on it, cleaned it up, got pictures of it, put blankets on it, wrapped it with clear wrap. Before we left, I had all that done, but I didn't build the box around it before when we were up there because I didn't have time. But this worked out perfect for us to actually do that. And like Melissa said, this wasn't a special trip we made for this. I would have had my buddy do it if we weren't going back up there, but it worked out perfect where we were up there. I got to take care of it, got it delivered to the freight carrier, and got it on its way. So killer deal.
I have to add that when you said got it delivered to the freight carrier, that was not, I mean, there was a little bit of a stress involved in that because we dropped it off right before our flight to leave for home. So we thought, because we were busy with the mastermind, we didn't really have a lot of extra time this time. It was kind of a short trip. So we had a couple hours before our flight was leaving. So we're like, okay, well, it's not that far from the airport. We'll go drop it off. So it made sense.
On the way to the airport.
On the way to the airport, we'll drop it off, drop off the truck that we rented, and we're done. Well, we get to the drop off, and they said, oh, sorry, of this freight company. Or not sorry, they had a letter on the door saying that they had moved to another location. We're like, oh, okay. Well, we left at 10:30. Our flight's at 12:30, so we don't have a lot of time. Now, their airport is very easy to get into. Like, Orlando Airport is a mess, so we don't do that typically for the Orlando Airport. We have missed our flight one time, but anyways, from Orlando. But so we went to this. You put it in your GPS. We went to this other location. And then
about 15 minutes away from where we were at.
Yeah, about 15 minutes away, and we're getting into more residential area. We're starting to be like, this does not look right. We get to the address. Nope, that's not right either. So you put in like south when it was supposed to be north, or north when it was supposed to be south of that street. And so you put it back in, and it was almost back where we were, just a little bit further, like just a little bit south of where we were. So we had to go back another 15 minutes, and it was very stressful, but we got it dropped off. I mean, I don't think you were stressed. You don't stress about much, but I was stressed we were going to miss our flight. We ended up getting there
45 minutes before the flight.
Pretty much walked right on the plane.
Returned the rental car, walked in, went through security, and got on the plane. We were the last ones getting on the plane, but the gates were still open. We still made it.
Open.
And everything was good. Crisis averted.
Crisis averted.
So that's just an extra fun tip to the story. But we did get it shipped out. Everything was done. And yeah, it was amazing. It was an amazing flip that we were able to find in another state.
That's our second highest flip.
It is.
That's our second highest one, I think, because the bus wash
25,000.
was a big one, and that was 14.5. So this 500 over. As far as I don't know how much profit was on the bus wash, should be close. And then the other one was the 25,000, 26 or 25? 25,000. We did a security tower, so that would be the top one as far as our flips.
The highest.
But we spent 5,000 to make 25. We spent 1,000 to make 15. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, better numbers for sure. So.
Yeah.
Killer deal. What was the total profit for last week?
So it was $1,350 is what we spent to bring in total profit $16,393.
Woohoo! So typically we go for that 10x. So at $1,350, we should have been just over $13,000, but we killed it and went to 16. What was it? 16,000.
16,300.
So just over $16,000 in 2 sales. Now the cool part about this is, like, if you try to break down hourly what this costs for each item, talking about what we actually spent getting it, picking it up. We talked about the oven, and it was a little more hours on top of it because we actually had to drive an hour to get that oven. And it was an hour out there, an hour back. We did that. I don't remember what we broke down the oven, but I would say 5 or 6 hours total on the oven. this one was way quicker because it was already on a pallet. I would say
you just picked it up, dropped it off, and then put the crate around
pictures.
it.
I'd say being conservatively, I would say 3 hours. So let's say 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's call it a 10 hours total. 10 hours total time into both of these flips. That's all the hours that we had invested into them. 10 hours total to make over $16,000 in profit. What does that work out to be? Like over $1,600 per hour on
they're
this.
not all like this.
They're not all. They're not.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
That was pretty cool. So
it is cool. And we had another cha-ching this morning while we were on our walk that we'll talk about later on the next episode. We'll break that one down, but still high profits.
$1,000.
$1,000 for $100 to $1,000. So we'll talk about that on the next episode. Give you kind of the breakdown of that, the story of that. All these have stories behind them. They're so much fun to be able to do this. So yeah, that is what we wanted to talk to you guys about today. And the goal about this is not to brag. It's to show you what is possible and to just open up your mind to being like, okay, I can find stuff like this. I can totally do this myself. That's what the goal is with these episodes, is really to show you what's possible.
And that's the biggest thing too, is that a lot of times people are like, oh, well, $1,000, $2,000 flip or once in a blue moon. They're not. Like you can find these kinds of items everywhere, and they're plentiful. It's not like they're gonna run out anytime soon because people are constantly getting rid of stuff. There is always going to be stuff because we do get rid of stuff and buy new stuff all the time, like companies and businesses and all this stuff, and they're everywhere, and you can go find them. Like if you really dedicated, you could go find stuff all the time every day.
Absolutely.
But you have to still get your stuff listed. So then there's that part. You got to get it listed. It can't sell. It can't work for you if it's not listed.
Absolutely.
So, well, if you guys would like to learn more about our business model, you can check out our free workshop that we have in the show notes below and see if it could be a good fit for you. So, like I said, they're not all $15,000. That's our second highest one. But $1,000 to $2,000 per item is a pretty common around here. So
absolutely,
we'll hopefully see you on the next episode.
You guys are amazing. Can't wait to see you on the next episode.